We are here inside the Pan Am Center, or as the Scarborough Shooting Stars likes to call it, the Ends, as they welcome the Ottawa BlackJacks. My name is Francisco Pong, and I will be your sideline reporter for today's matchup. So Scarborough already clinched first place in the East, but there's still a lot of basketball here to play as they are chasing #1 overall in the entire league. And with that, it'll help with home court advantage throughout the playoffs and possibly a CEBL final. Now, they're coming to this game without their starting guard, Miles Powell, who is serving an automatic one-game suspension after picking up his 6th technical foul last game. But with his absence comes Turk Smith, who had an amazing game on Thursday, 29 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists, showing that he's capable of stepping up and just taking charge while Miles is sitting out. Meanwhile, Ottawa is coming into this game in the middle of a tight playoff run with Brampton and Niagara. So every win from now on for all these teams is very important. And if they're able to pull off the win against one of the top teams in the league, it'll be a huge boost for them as they are working to. So this is going to be a good game for everyone. I'm sending it over to Matt and Joe. Guys?
Thank you, Francisca. Matt Bonomi alongside the coach, Joe Razzo, and Joe. Francisca put it perfectly there. This team is the team to watch in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. The Shooting Stars have done it all, and we look to see a little bit more of that tonight.
Yeah, and I think the Shooting Stars there's some targets. One is they want to clinch first place overall because that would get them 2 games in the championships because there's a home and away series. And also they want to set the record for the best season ever in the CEBL. And so they've got their eyes set on a few things.
Lots for this Scarborough Shooting Stars team to take care of, and Charles Bediako's back in the lineup for Scarborough tonight. Obviously spent some time in the Summer League with the Chicago Bulls and then had a chance to represent Team Canada as well, Joe.
Yeah, you talk about always working. Charles Bediako's back off the flight, off the Summer League, and he's back here. Had a real good run with Canada and got some good minutes and good playing time. I think this is really good for his development, and I think he'll come back here hungry and ready to go.
And one of the strengths of this Scarborough team is the plug and play with the depth that they have. For Ottawa, Isaiah Moore back for the 2nd season. He started the season with Edmonton out west and then returned to Ottawa. That's certainly something that they needed in this roster.
Yeah, Isaiah Moore, big energy guy, and he's really important to this team, but he's a high flyer and he'll run the floor. He'll challenge Bediako. He'll get up to stuff that no one else can get to.
All right, let's take a look at the matchup stats for tonight's contest between the BlackJacks and Shooting Stars. And Joe, when you have the best record in the Canadian Elite Basketball League, you're going to see a lot of ones beside your stats. First in offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, and rebounds per game are the Shooting Stars. They are beasts on the board.
But you look at the overall numbers, these two teams are a little bit closer than you think, compared to their records. But it's the free throw and then the three-point shooting. Both these teams can get hot and knock it down.
Let's check back in with Francisco, who's standing by with Shooting Stars head coach Tyrell Vernon.
All right, Coach, you guys already clinched first place in the East, so now the goal is to get home court advantage throughout the playoffs. How important is that for your group?
You know what? I don't want to look too far ahead. I think we just got to stay in the moment, keep it possession by possession. But again, I think we're up to the task. We know the job isn't done yet. We can't pack in the season. We got to play to win every possession.
And despite already clinching first place, how proud of you are your guys for just staying focused and just getting each game done?
You know what? Extremely proud of them for now. But again, the job's not finished. We got to keep attacking every game. And keep getting better. We have new guys coming in and out, and we got to catch a rhythm.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. Matt, Joe.
It's a CEBL Saturday. It's the BlackJacks. It's the Shooting Stars. It's an Eastern Conference showdown. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Jam, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. Stick around.
you don't just feel your body.
Back inside the Toronto Pan Am Center, it's the BlackJacks and Shooting Stars squaring off in an Eastern Conference battle. Joe, you've identified some keys to the game presented by CDIC. First for the visiting BlackJacks.
Yeah, they got to control the pace. You got to do both on offense and defense. Watch them to mix up a little bit of zone with their defenses, try to slow down Scarborough. And on offense, they might work the clock a little bit. Veteran players, new roles. Adeng Adel, the most prolific scorer in BlackJack history, is back, but he's coming off the bench. And then urgency. If you want to win, you can't wait. You got to start from the beginning, and you got to take it right to the finish line if you want to pull off another upset.
Flipping to the home side, Joe, for the Shooting Stars, their keys to the game presented by CDIC are.
Yeah, this nuclear backcourt. Powell's not here, but it's still ballistic. You've got Johnson and Terquavian Smith that are just incredibly dangerous. You got to focus for 40, and the focus is the big part here. They've got to, they got to make sure that they don't let down, and then speed kills. Speed kills two ways. You can score a lot and score quickly, or you can turn the ball over.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups here for both teams. First, for the visiting BlackJacks, it'll be Javante Smart, Alex Fudge, Wilson Dubinsky, Isaiah Moore, and Tyrell Tate. Ottawa entering with a record of 8-10, jostling for playoff position. And for the Shooting Stars, Terquavian Smith, Javen Johnson, Kellen Tynes, Charles Bediako, and Amir Sims. Scarborough 15-3, tops in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. All right, Joe, you've identified a player to watch for each team. First for the Shooting Stars.
Yeah, I'm going to start off with Terquavian Smith. This is a big day for him. No Miles Powell, but this is a veteran Scarborough Shooting Star. Last year he averaged 22 points. His last game he only hit 6 threes for 29 points. This guy is a bucket. You got to be careful of him if you're Ottawa. He can score from distance. He's a max range shooter, and he also can get to the free throw line.
And those 22 points per game last season were tied for team high. And your player to watch for the Ottawa BlackJacks is Javante Smart, Joe.
Yeah, I think Javante Smart's an MVP candidate. If you look at his numbers, number 2 in assists in the league, number 5 in scoring at 23 points, number 4 in 3 points made. This guy is everything that Ottawa needs. He plays a lot of minutes, and he's the focus for their run.
Javante Smart was the 2025 CEBL scoring champion, averaging 26 a game, coming off 26 points and 13 assists in his latest outing against the Brampton Honey Badgers. 2 prolific scorers in the Canadian Elite Basketball League, 2 players that we're certainly excited to watch tonight. Well, tip-off is presented by Spalding, the official game ball of the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Well, these 2 teams meeting for the 17th time all-time. They've split 8-8, so it's about as even as you can get there.
Yeah. Scarborough with all this length, you watch their backcourt, you watch their wings. This is a team with incredible amount of length, and Ottawa's got all the athleticism in the world, especially up front.
The second of 2 games across the CEBL. CBC National game earlier, Edmonton took down the River Lions. And now our focus is in the ends. BlackJacks are ready. Shooting Stars are ready. Let's play some CEBL hoops from Scarborough. Tip-off won by Ottawa, rocking the red unis tonight. Scarborough with the blue and black pinstripe uniforms. Ball up top, nice move there. Tyrell Tate can't hit the jimmy. It's loose, and it'll trickle out of bounds. It'll be Shooting Stars basketball.
I am so happy to see Tyrell Tate back in uniform. He took a spill early in the season. I thought that was his season for him. And boy, they did a heck of a job. And him back in the starting lineup, that's impressive.
Taking his 7th CEBL season. This is his 75th game, which is the all-time lead for Ottawa Blackjack franchise history, as that one goes out of bounds.
And Tate's a guy that usually comes off the bench, so this is a new role for him.
Calgary, Alberta native. Ball up top. Here's Turk Smith. And that one stripped back the other way, head of steam, pushing and pulling through with 2 is Javante Smart.
Yeah, great defense already by Ottawa. Little miscommunication. New point guard on the floor for Scarborough.
Amir Sims dishes off, wants it inside. Now the big fella's going to get it. 6'8" Amir Sims kicks it inside. Ball is loose, and almost a jump ball there. Could have been a foul, and it will be, as Dubinsky got tied up.
You know, I said Ottawa's got to play with some urgency. They're showing it on already on defense. That last 2 possessions, they come away with a turnover.
Tynes picks up Smart full court. Javante Smart in his 17th game of the season. Started 16 of those. Inside to Moore, that shot short. Smart on the offensive board. Trying to weasel his way inside for 2. And it's pulled down by the Shooting Stars. Head of steam, Smith tosses it up, and right there, Fudge got a hand in the lane as Bediako was about to slam it.
Bediako was the star on the defensive end. Did a super job of affecting a bunch of shots. Then he runs the floor and gets taken care of. So he starts it, but watch the big man run the floor. And where do you put it? Where nobody else can get it. He comes away with the 2 free throws.
So Bediako at the line. This Eastern Conference game is presented by Lotto Max. First free throw off the mark here for Bediako. A lot of fans, a lot of chatter before the game, excited for his return here in the ends.
Scarborough holds a lot of offensive records this year, but the one area they've had some issues at the free throw line.
So Bediako doesn't help that percentage as he misses the pair. Alex Fudge up top. One of the high-flying dunkers in the league. Kicked inside, Moore. Guarded by Bediako. Good defense there from Charles.
Yeah, Ottawa with their starting lineup. They've got 2 real designated shooters on the floor.
Smith cuts inside, and that one goes out of bounds. No foul call. He was looking for it. Yeah, Smith not happy. He's getting into it here with Dubinsky a little bit. Now he'll pick up Dubinsky full court. Topside triple is good. Checking in from deep by Isaiah Moore.
And that's so important for Ottawa because they're playing with 2 bigs. If they can get Bediako to step outside the paint, that's going to open up some space for them.
Moore averaging 13 points per game this season. Inside it's Sims. Tynes, nice pass down low, and Bediako spins and slams.
Yeah, great high-low. They're bringing lots of help, Ottawa. And what does Scarborough counter with? Nice tack by Tynes to the elbow, and then he finds the big man.
Athletic play there by Bediako. Gets the Shooting Stars on the board, and we have a foul called as Dubinsky was driving. This foul on the Shooting Stars. Take another look at this Bediako slam, Joe.
So we go from high-low. You can't put the ball in from the wing, but once it gets to the high post, Bediako's set his seal already. He was 2 passes ahead. Nice finish and great look inside.
Smart. Tynes chasing Smart from behind. Smart's got to settle for the 6-footer. No good, and Fudge soars through for the tip.
What an athlete. He jumped, the ball bounced twice, and then he was able to get it with his left hand.
3 ball back the other way, no good. Pulled down by Ottawa. Javante Smart pestered by Bediako, who was trailing. Moore able to keep that in bounds. He hits the baseline. Dubinsky wants to challenge. Tate almost lost his footing. Fudge not able to corral the loose ball on that play. Sims. Bounce pass, wide open. Time to think about it. Tynes drains.
And the scout report on Tynes is he's a driver first, but he didn't think twice there. He caught it, ready to shoot.
Tynes, double-digit points in 7 of 18 games. 2 of those were against Ottawa. 11-point outings for him, and the Shooting Stars come up with a defensive stop. Here's Tynes, drops back for Smith. Smith off the mark, Fudge flying through, and Bediako unable to keep it in bounds.
Yeah, great run out. Bediako with the tip. So you talk about getting off the ground. You talk about great athletes. Fudge here goes for an offensive rebound, comes from the wing, and the ball's hanging there, and it hits the rim the second time. Look at this. He's up in the air long enough that he can switch hands and finish with his left.
Well, he is one of the freakish athletes in this league. As Frank Mitchell checked into the game moments ago for the Shooting Stars, one of the fan favorites here in the ends. All 19 games he's appeared in this season off of the bench. Dubinsky fading back. Fresh 14 for Ottawa. Tate not wasting any time.
And that's what Tyrell Tate does. He spaces teams out. If you can find him without the dribble, he's a great catch and shoot.
Smith dishes, Mitchell up, and he climbs the side of the rim.
Yeah. I think an underrated part of Frank Mitchell's games is his hands. He's got great hands. That was a tough catch and finish.
He's got 10 double-doubles this season, and back the other way, checking in from deep, Javonte Smart.
You don't average 23 points. You got Javonte Smart can finish at the rim, but he's got great range.
Here's Mitchell. Mismatch here, Smart all over him. He dishes off, reverse layup was blocked from behind as Moore got a piece of it. Binsky in transition, no good. Fudge with the putback flush.
Oh, Fudge. Said that a few times in my life. Holy smokes, did he get up in the air.
Fudge coming off the rafters. Mitchell trying to get crafty with it, and right there to clean up the mess is Walker. Anthony Walker averaging 12 points per game his last 4 outings, up from his season average of 7. He's starting to find his offensive stroke here. That's a scary thought for the rest of the league, considering Scarborough's got a number of offensive options as it is. Here's Dubinsky, 3-ball, yes!
And Ottawa, you know, Dubinsky and Moore already have knocked down threes. They've come out, guys who aren't usually big three-point shooters for them are ready to knock it down.
That's deep from Smith. Mitchell's got it, blocked down low. Fudge got a piece, and the sideline official will indicate that was goaltending.
Yeah, and that's where the call for goaltending should have been. It has to come back from the official. So ball goes up, and it's on its way down. The baseline official can't call it. It's got to be one of the other 2 officials who call it. And it just took a little bit longer than we thought, but the right call was made.
18-9, Ottawa on top of Scarborough. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Welcome back to the Pan Am Center, everyone. I had the chance to speak with Turk Smith earlier, and he told me coming back to an organization that he's familiar with was an easy and smooth transition for him. He says he knows all the players, all the coaches, but what he said stood out to him most was the brotherhood and the team chemistry that these guys have built off the court. According to him, the team chemistry outside of the court naturally carries over as they step onto the floor. And after spending nearly 2 months away from the game, Thursday's performance gave him such a huge confidence boost moving forward, and he is ready to compete for this team till the end. Guys?
Thank you, Francisca, and I'm sure any team in the Canadian Elite Basketball League would take a guy with NBA experience. Smith with the Philadelphia 76ers in 23-24, 16 games played. He is an offensive leader that they're certainly happy to have back. Could form one of the best backcourt duos in the CEBL as well once they get Miles Powell on the court.
Yeah, two fiery offensive players.
18-11, so that last goaltending bucket counts. Step back triple. No good there by Smart, and Deng Adel trying to chase it out of bounds, but he's not quick enough.
Yeah, when you look at the roles of the players on this Ottawa team, everyone on the team is quite aware of that. Everything starts with Javonte Smart, and that's important because he's the leader of this team and the focus.
Smith was stripped from behind conveniently. The ball makes its way into the corner. Shooting Stars can't connect from deep. Smart, little trickery on the dish. Tate, triple, and it's short, but he's fouled on the way up. So 3 shots coming for Ottawa.
Talk about guys who know each other. 3-on-2 by Ottawa. What does Tate do? He runs to the corner. Usually, for me, it's not a great pass, but when you can get a guy like Tate finding his spot, and Smart just gives him a little time to get set, and then on the flyby they get him, he's at the free throw line for 3.
So Tate at the line. Scan the QR code for your chance to win the ultimate CEBL Finals trip, courtesy of redtag.ca. You could score round-trip flights and courtside seats to the CEBL Finals. Visit cebl.ca/redtag for full contest details. A lot of fans of this new setup here in the playoffs. Best 2 out of 3 in the finals. Lower seed gets the first game, and then the higher seed gets the last 2 if needed.
Nothing like home games. And fans, so you're not traveling you're traveling for games, but you've got a chance. If your record shows, you got a chance to host, and that's important.
Always get such good crowds here at the Toronto Pan Am Center. 200 exchange students from Brazil in the building tonight. Go to Columbia International College in Hamilton. Talking to them before the game, and they said that this is an opportunity of a lifetime for them to see live basketball. Marko Miletic checking in the game for Ottawa. Playing to a 9-point lead here. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Johnson steps to his right and drops a triple.
Yeah, Johnson, one of the leading three-point shooters in the league. This guy has had a great season.
Trying to respond. Fudge was lurking off the miss. Shooting Stars in transition. Campbell. No good. Miletic has it. Here's Smart. He kicks. Fudge won't shoot the 3-ball often, and Frank Mitchell was daring him, rightly so. Mitchell in transition, and Fudge picks it off like a free safety. Trying to push in transition. Adele going up with the right, tucks it in.
Yeah, great save by Fudge, getting back on defense, leads the break.
Johnson tries his hand again from deep.
Both these teams are playing with 10-second shot clocks.
43% from deep on the season for Javen Johnson, and that one goes out of bounds.
So Fudge comes back after missing the shot. He doesn't put his head down. He gets back on defense. And the nice thing about Fudge and Moore is they can both handle the ball. So the bigs pushing the ball, push it forward. They space out a shooter to the 3, and Deng Adel just goes to the rim.
Must be something about this Scarborough team for Fudge. Johnson, quick release. Fudge 22 points, that's his season high. Came against Scarborough earlier. Dubinsky stretches the floor for 2.
When you're trying to bait the officials for a foul and you get to the ground, you got to be careful that get-backs hurt.
Tynes, pretty stuff, and no good, but Frank's there to clean it up.
Frank the Tank Mitchell. Put a body on that guy, or otherwise you're going to be a highlight.
A timeout on the floor. Mitchell picks up 2. Take another look at it here as Scarborough cuts the lead to 5.
I think Mitchell's hoping for a miss because he knows he's right there. I think all those great offensive rebounders do that.
Well, Cal Tires, the proud partner and tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands and have peace of mind with Cal Tires price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. Well, Frank Mitchell is wedging his way, Joe, into the sixth man of the year conversation. And for those of you that are wondering at home and you're just picking it up, you've missed a heck of a season from Frank. He has been a beast off the bench for Scarborough, and that kind of player is valuable in a starting lineup, but to bring that guy off the bench is crazy.
Yeah, I think he's got a chance for being like Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year. I've seen him play. I saw him play at Humber College. Then I saw him play at St. Bonaventure, at Minnesota. And you watch him all the way through, and then, you know, you watch this guy, and he's just an incredible athlete. His numbers stay the same no matter where he's playing. He loves to play. He's got this huge smile. Charles Barkley-esque type of guy. Like, he has a great presence on the floor and great hands.
Well, he is entertaining to watch. Before the game, he was out here with kids shooting around. He was signing autographs, taking photos, and he's got a big smile on his face. There you go. He's on the beats here. So he's always a vibe, Frank Mitchell. Looking to lock it down on defense. 24-19. Shooting Stars trailing. 3-ball. Maletic can't get the road roll, and Big Frank's there to pull it down.
Nice after timeout play, a little Spain action, trying to get a shooter. Maletic, that's what he does.
Here's Frank Mitchell. Campbell into the corner, fading, tough shot. And right there was Harmon who pulled it down. Maletic, no chance at a shot on that first swipe there. Now he'll get it back, go up with the right, and Walker almost tipped it in, but right there, Moore punches it through.
When you try to block shots, someone's got to cover down and pick up your man. In that case, nobody touched Moore, and he did exactly what Mitchell did earlier.
Driving inside and fouled on the way up. That was Anthony Walker. We're going to call that an offensive foul. Take another look at this putback slam by Moore.
So the defense has to help here. When the defense helps, someone has to cover down. Nobody does, and therefore Moore gets it and clean finish. Almost an and one.
Well, this Ottawa team is so impressive around the rim. Just loaded with good athletes.
Scarborough's got their fill of athletes. You talk about attacking the matchup. Scarborough there went right after Maletic, and we're fortunate to get a.
Almost turned over. Harmon able to maintain possession. Maletic 3. This one in and out again, and right there at the rim, Moore meets bucket.
If you're Scarborough, you better board before you break. Two guys had left the paint, and nobody picked up the big.
1 second difference between the game clock and shot clock. That one goes into the corner. That one goes to the bottom of the bucket. Jaden Campbell for 3. Final 5 seconds of the quarter. Ottawa up 6. Trying to get the last laugh in the first frame. Harmon 1 second and blocked. Tynes, he gets the last laugh as that shot sent into the second row.
Yeah, Kellen Tynes is great on the basketball. But how about Jaden Campbell? Here, talk about a Canadian coming off the bench who can knock down the 3.
After 1, Ottawa on top of Scarborough by 6. We're going to take a break. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun, or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
It was raining threes for the Ottawa BlackJacks in the first quarter of action. 4 for 9 from deep, 4 different scores from the land beyond, Joe. It's working deep from deep.
And they're not hunting. They're letting their offense get them their shots. Guys who are open and set have been knocking them down. The ball's moving, finding the open shooters, and they've all had time. Nobody has rushed it. This Ottawa team is playing with confidence. 6 days off, they're taking advantage.
So 4 for 9 is 44% from deep. Ottawa entered 5th in the league, 35% from deep in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. So they're shooting a couple of ticks better to start. Exactly why they have a 6-point lead here. Second quarter action underway. Mapinomi Joe Razzo, Francisca Opong. Thanks for joining us here on this CEBL Saturday. Here's Tynes. Moore was planted right in the middle of the key there. His 5th rebound along with 7 points. Dangadell. Justin Harmon working his way inside a busy key, and he's able to draw the whistle.
It's nice to get guys back who spent some time in the NBA Summer League. Justin Harmon has had a very strong season for Ottawa, and he comes back and he looks like he's ready to go.
Harmon set to inbound. Here's Tate pushing inside, fading to his right. And right there, able to draw the foul. Isaiah Moore once again in the middle of the action.
Yeah, Ottawa's just been the more urgent team, the more physical team. You saw Moore there, a little push off, and Moore, he just does a super job.
Moore at the line. Well, New Era is the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL and all 10 of its teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jerseys now by visiting CEBL.ca. Scarborough Shooting Stars wearing some funky jerseys tonight, kind of World Cup theme, Joe.
Yeah, I got that "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina" look to me, if you're asking. I saw the stripes. I'm waiting for a conspiracy or something to happen.
Well, you might see one tomorrow. Here's Khalil Miller forcing his way inside. Sims, good rebound there. Right place, right time for Amir.
Amir Sims doing a nice job of getting himself inside the paint.
Harmon, quick dish, almost swatted away. Moore able to keep it in bounds. Dangadell wants to go to work, loses control. Shooting Stars trying to stack some offensive possessions here. Tynes, Sims wants it, he gets it. Sims, jumper no good, and the offensive board picked up by Walker. 3-ball is money. Jaden Campbell.
Campbell, like Tate, you kick it outside, he's going to do it. But that started with Tynes. Tynes' defense off the ball there started that whole play.
Adele tosses into the corner. Tate trying to respond. And Moore with another board. Adele cutting through the middle of the key. Harmon, other side of the floor, same result. Pair of misses from deep for Ottawa.
And if you're Scarborough, you better put bodies on these bigs.
Moore pulls down his 8th rebound. Here's Adele, dishes it. That one's picked off. Good defense by Campbell, who hustled back. And a foul called as play was heading back the other way.
2 of them. Scarborough does a nice job, and you can find your shooters. Get into the paint, get the offensive rebound, create second chance opportunities. And here's, to get the rebound, Walker. First thing he does, he looks for the 3-point shooter, finds him, step in 3. Money.
So a 5-0 run to start the second quarter here for the Shooting Stars. That's one of their strengths. They can catch fire at any time. And typically, by the time you realize what's going on as an opponent, it's too late. 3-ball for the lead. Walker no good. Fudge checked into the game a moment ago, as did Javante Smart. Here's Moore again. He's had the ball in his hands a lot early. Johnson was looking inside. Bediako had to back off. Johnson elbowed Jimmy. Tynes has it. He gets the fake and no call. Tynes can't believe it.
Yeah, Tynes is asking for a shot there. He thinks he got fouled on the play.
He might have had a beef there with the baseline official, as He was knocked on the way up. Instead, Scarborough will take the ball. Tyrell Vernon not happy with that either. Neither coach or player are going to get the call they want, though. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Tynes up top. And an offensive foul is called, going back the other way. Anthony Walker was moving on the pick.
Tate doing a real nice job there. Scout report, you put down baseline out of bounds plays with the other team are running. Here's Pate trying to blow that play up by being in the right spot. Good job by Tyrell Tate.
That's just a CEBL veteran doing what he does best. Frank Mitchell checks back into the game. Walker heads to the bench momentarily. Here's Moore. 7 points, 9 rebounds, and an offensive call back the other way.
Yeah, the exact same way. So here's Scarborough now. What do they do? And Kellen Tynes has had just a great year as a rookie. Like I said, Frank Mitchell might be rookie of the year, but Kellen Tynes has been sensation. He does a super job. He does a super job of taking away Smart. And then Smart gets a little bit, upset by it, so he gets caught with a moving screen.
Smith into the corner. Bediako trying to guide Tynes. Smith in the corner, the other side of the floor. Tynes has the offensive board. Fudge lurking, looking for the block. Out to Smith, in and out. Dubinsky pushing, challenged, bucket.
That's the second time Scarborough shooters have gone to the ground looking for a foul on a shot, and the result's been 2 points the other way.
Dubinsky's got 7, 3-point lead for Ottawa. 6.5 to go in the half. Fudge on Mitchell. This is a matchup we could watch all night. Smart coming over for the double team. Frank is stuck. Finds Johnson. Shot fake, drives, Moore all over it. Ottawa wants to push. Smart steps up, banks the triple in. Defense to offense. Everything clicking for the BlackJacks.
Gotta love that Bank Street shot. Big Smart with it.
Javonte Smart connects from deep. 8 points. Smart, big time. We're going to take a break. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Welcome back to the Pan Am Center, everyone. After a slow start to the season, the Ottawa BlackJacks feel like they have finally found their identity. Javonte Smart said his team is finally settling into their roles as a collective, which is helping them play more confidently as a team. He told me the focus is now simple: to take it one game at a time, continue defending at a high level, and trust that the results will follow. Guys?
Good stuff. Ottawa in the midst of a stretch where they play 10 games all against Eastern Conference opponents. They're 4-2 so far as the standings continue to tighten up down the last stretch of the season here. But what hasn't tightened up, Joe, fast break points, Ottawa 13-0 over Scarborough in this contest.
Ottawa doing a great job of controlling the pace. Right? They're running when they get the opportunities, and they're trying to slow down Scarborough when they can. That's an absolutely great number. How about another crazy number? Isaiah Moore, with 6 minutes to go in this first half, already has 10 rebounds.
I think that's okay. Something that the BlackJacks desperately need as they make this push. As he'll confirm the shot clock and game clock are correct times here. 6-point lead for Ottawa. Led by Javonte Smart, who's got 8 points. Ball goes into the corner. 3 ball is up, and 3 ball is cash. Johnson hitting.
Love the fact that Frank Mitchell's a good passer. He saw the double coming, doesn't rush it, but he finds the open shooter.
Johnson's got 9 points. Scarborough continues to claw away at this lead. They started the quarter with a 5-0 run. Ottawa responded with a 5-0 run of their own.
Yeah, that foul looks like it's on Kellen Tynes.
Dubinsky at the line. Lotto Max now gives you even more chances to win with new prizes of $100,000 every draw. Get your Lotto Max ticket now, must be 18 plus. Dubinsky hits the first free throw. Second one up, second one is good. Dubinsky, a product of Orangeville Prep. One of the many players playing for his hometown team here. Here's Smith driving inside, another block by Moore. Smith getting pestered. Frank Mitchell, 5 on the shot clock. Smart again, comes over to double team. Johnson, gotta go to beat the buzzer, and that falls short. Moore is locking things down on defense. He's got another board. Smart. 5 rebounds and 3 assists along with those 8 points, and the BlackJacks turn it over. Bediako's got a steal. Trying to push. Mitchell had to dunk if he spun. Instead, the ball goes into the corner, and the Shooting Stars will take it courtesy of Johnson.
Well, how about those hands by Mitchell?
Johnson up to 12 now. In 12 minutes of play. Fudge. Trying to spin off of Mitchell, elevates, trying to chase it now. And able to keep that one in bounds was Bediako. Scarborough another chance to take the lead. Smith tries his hand. Bediako's got the rebound. He pushes inside, and he says, take that, BlackJacks. A chance at 3 for Charles.
Long shots on, will give you long rebounds. Bediako chases it down from the free throw line. Ball goes up. Watch where Bediako comes from. He fights his way, and he knows it's going to be a long rebound. So he gets there, and then he works his way in and takes the contact but plays through it.
So Bediako will go to the free throw line here. Some confusion on the court there. Bediako went to the bench. The officials thought there was a timeout on the floor. Instead, Bediako will have to take the free throw. 4:05 to go in the first half. So things get sorted out here. Bediako at the line. Game knotted at 35. And the Shooting Stars won't take the lead on that shot. It looked like no one wanted to rebound the ball there. And a jump ball as it'll go back the other way. Timeout on the floor. Ottawa wants to talk shop here.
Ottawa's done a nice job of answering the call here. Guys are playing urgent, playing aggressively. They just got to stay that focus and they got to do it for 40.
And one of the exciting things too, as we've seen throughout the season, is there are a lot of dogs with a lot of bark left in their system here. Niagara's on a heater, Ottawa's on a heater, Montreal's lurking, Brampton's on the downside right now, but seeing the fight in this Ottawa team, they're taking on the best team in the CEBL, and they are playing as if this is the finals.
You know, very rare do you get opportunities in the season to get 6 days off. And you got to take advantage of it. So you get a little bit of rest in there, but then you got to retool. They get a couple guys back from Summer League. They add Deng Adele. It was almost like a training camp. This is a much better Ottawa team right now, and they're fresh and they feel healthy. Getting Tyrell Tate, this is a good, solid team ready to make a big run at the end.
Were you a fan of rest days when you coached?
Yeah, you know what? I think when I was a young coach, I didn't realize it. When I was an older coach, I realized how important rest was. I was always so concerned being a young coach. So I think that's the key part. But rest days are something that Yeah, they help, especially in a very short season.
I was waiting for you to say something about your golf game, but I guess we'll save 18 for another time. Tied at 35. Enzo in the stands with those fans, having some fun here at Toronto Pan Am Center. Been an absolute blast this season. Fans treated to excellent hoops here. Here's Smart. Tangadell. He's got 2 points, but he's been involved on offense, and this time for the wrong reasons. He turns it over, and Mitchell returns the favor, pokes Smart from behind, so a foul there for Frank. That's his second personal.
Yeah, great hands by Mitchell, bad turnover, then all of a sudden comes back with a good foul. You know, it just, you want to stop them from scoring easy. But they go to the free throw line, it's in the penalty.
So Smart at the line. Ottawa just 4 of 7. Now 5 of 8. Shooting Stars have struggled from the line as well. 0 of 3. So not many trips and unable to hit on any of them. Smart connects up to 10 points now. Lead restored to 2. Here's Smith. He's been quiet. No points so far. Trying to get the ball back here from Mitchell. Tangadell trying to cut baseline off. Oh, Frank's too strong.
Yeah, Tangadell, introduce yourself to Frank Mitchell.
Not so nice to meet you.
The bulldozer spin.
Smart. Might have got away with a walk there. Dubinsky. He tries to spin. Good defense there from Turk. Ball in the corner. More. Sky high. Cash.
Oh, nice job in there by Dubinsky. Use that little step under, and then he kicks it out for the open 3.
More the latest. Blackjack in double digits, and Bediako with the nice Euro. Tate. Mismatch here. Good defense there by Mitchell, pushing him back to the perimeter. Tate wants the ball back. Smart settles for a triple of his own, and it's money.
Kellen Times made one small mistake. That was letting Smart get the ball back. He's trying to deny Smart in the open court, and then when Smart gives it up, he can't allow him to get it back that easy. Javonte Smart is on a heater.
Ability to turn it on whenever he wants. Here's Mitchell. Now Smart's got to guard the big man. Mitchell fired it. Perfect pass, but Bediako couldn't quite hang on.
Yeah, the only big on the floor that can handle that pass is Frank Mitchell. So the ball gets inside, and Kellen Times has done a real nice job of taking Smart out of the game. But as soon as Smart gets an opportunity, he got the ball back, and then he steps in for the 3.
Smart's got 13 points. That's a game high right now. Harmon. Smart looking to set the screen. Christian Roller, oh, the pass down low was smoked into the stands by Bediako.
That's the second time he's got them big mitts on the ball.
8 seconds on the shot clock. And a foul before the ball even got put into play. That'll be on Tynes. Second personal.
And that's a bad foul because all of a sudden now you're in the penalty. Time and score is so important.
And you've got Smart back at the line. The last guy you want shooting free throws.
If you're a Scarborough fan.
So Smart now, double-digit points in every game this season, 17 of them. And he continues to hit. Fudge back in the game here. Adele will head to the bench with $1:58 to go in the half. Justin Mazzulla barking defensive orders out to his BlackJacks players.
Best thing Ottawa can do is have him finish this half with a defensive run.
Smith, triple. Oh, Turk needed it, and he got it.
Yeah, and like I said early in the game, this guy's got maximum range and maximum confidence. Dangerous, 2 dangerous things for a great three-point shooter.
So Smith on the board. And pushing inside, count the bucket. Harmon. A chance at 3.
The small guy made himself long, used his left arm, and then goes and finishes with his right. Harmon going up against the footer, gets to his body, and then extends his arm and beats him up. Great take.
Bediako's second personal foul. Harmon trying to give Ottawa a 6-point lead, and he does just that. Boy, the confidence on a player like Harmon, one of the shorter players on the court, not afraid to challenge the big guys inside.
You got NBA Summer League on your resume. You know the guy can play.
Not afraid of anyone. Johnson thought about going inside. Khalil Miller's got the ball. He checked in a moment ago. And Tynes able to draw the foul. Harmon picking up the personal. So if you're just tuning in, Scarborough without Miles Powell, who received his 6th technical foul in his last outing. That was his 6th tech on the season. So by league rule, that's a 1-game suspension. So you'll have to wait to see Powell in action. But the Shooting Stars have done a good job of filling in without their star player, and right there, oh, Smith tossing a prayer up to the heavens.
Yeah, Terquavian Smith felt good after his last one. You know there's a lot more coming.
Well, when Smith is doing stuff like that, Powell can take a breather. Smart up top. Now guarded by Smith. Good defense here from Turk, able to cause the turnover. Johnson in transition was chased from behind, couldn't hit the layup. Dubinsky inside to Roller. Fudge, baseline. Back up top, Smart fading to his right. Unbelievable, Javonte Smart.
We saw him drop 44 in a game last year. The ball is finding him.
Smith fading, oh, he's waking up, folks. Turk's got 8, all in the second quarter. 4-point lead for Ottawa, shot clock off, final 10 seconds of the half. Harmon. 5 seconds to go. Harmon's got to go into the corner. Fudge going baseline. Alex Fudge. Oh, he was going for the poster. Not going to get it. And Joe, you're laughing there. That would have been a highlight of the year. But Ottawa will take the 4-point lead at the break.
I just love how Ottawa's played. And even though that didn't go in, it just told you about who they were this half. They attacked, and attacked.
High scoring affair. Ottawa 51, Scarborough 47. Halfway through, all we could ask for, and this fight from this Ottawa team has been something to watch so far.
They're playing with urgency. You know, and they came here and they didn't wait for a fight to start. They brought their best forward, and that's what you need if you're coming into the ends to try to beat Scarborough.
So the Shooting Stars are trying to remain perfect at home this season. And they also put together a pretty darn impressive half there, but looking to get some defensive stops, tighten things up in the D end.
It's just the turnovers that have been killing them because Ottawa's done a super job of scoring off of the turnovers and better decision making. We talked about 2 shots where they fell on the ground and it cost them 4 points.
And if you're the BlackJacks, Joe, you have something that's rare in the Canadian Elite Basketball League, a lead on the Shooting Stars. Scarborough is yet to lead in this game. You can't say that often.
No, you can't. And then what they've done, they've answered the call a couple times, so that's really important. And they'll talk about that as an issue, that they did a super job of answering the best runs that Scarborough had.
Well, coming up at the half, CEBL feature, family rivalry, shared journey, Charles Bediako. Francisco will interview Ottawa BlackJacks head coach Justin Mazzulla. Take a look at the first half stats and Joe's players to watch. Check out how they did in the first half of action. 51-47, Ottawa on top of Scarborough, halfway through in the ends. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. Stick around.
sport that I love. I feel like this year I'm trying to prove my playmaking skills, as well, because, I'm an above the rim type of guy, high motor rim running, but I also want to show that I can still facilitate, also get my teammates involved rather than just, going one-on-one or, just playing above the rim. I feel like I think every stage I've played at, especially like starting Team Canada super young, I feel like me playing against other international players that helped me get that kind of leap ahead, that experience. Because I also got to see a different type of basketball, compared to playing in the U.S. U.S. is more athletic, talent-based, but like overseas, like international, it's more like team-based. It's more technical. So, I was fortunate I got to experience that a while ago, like when I was younger. So I feel like that helped me, especially. And going from college to pros, college, luckily for Alabama, we play fast. So when I got to the league, it was still fast-paced for sure, which hopefully helped a lot. And the terminology helped as well. Yeah, no, for sure, because we obviously have some players here that have played, pro overseas, so they also bring in different type of style as well. So I feel like just learning from them and seeing how they see the court, I feel like we could all kind of like leap off one another and give each other some advice, kind of help each other gel well when we're playing. This would actually be the first time we actually play against each other. I guess the last time we played together was in Team Canada, U18s, it was in St. Catharines. And then we also played in Greece together, but we actually never went up against each other. So I feel like for our family, like it'll be pretty big. I guess for us as well, just both playing, against each other, should be fun, so I'm excited. We literally talk on the phone every day. So obviously when I told him I'll be signing with Scarborough, he pulled up our schedule and he was like, okay, so we see each other twice. So I'm pretty sure the first game he may not play because he'll be coming back from his professional team, but second game Saskatchewan, he'll definitely play.
I want circles on the calendar.
Oh yeah, any game against Saskatchewan is circled on the calendar, so it'll be fun. So we already talked our trash a little bit, so yeah.
From SaskTel Center in Saskatoon, the Canadian Elite Basketball League is coming to you live. Saskatoon Mamba take on the Scarborough Shooting Stars.
Jaden, his absence is the first time these guys have been able to play against each other in university or professionally.
That's going to be fun. We'll have more on the brotherly battle here today. Jaden Bediako, guarded by his brother. He's going to take a long one, and I don't know if I've seen that one from the big man before, Eric, but
you can tell he's fired up tonight. He's ready to go. Wanted to get that first shot under the belt.
right back comes brother Charles, and okay, we're in for one here, I think. The tone's set with the Bediakos each getting the first bucket for their respective teams. Mohamed Mahadi inside. Bediako.
Back inside the Toronto Pan Am Center, the Ottawa BlackJacks 51, the Scarborough Shooting Stars 47. Mapping on me alongside Joe Razzo. Third member of our team is Francisca Opong. And Joe, this has been everything that we could ask between the two Eastern Conference teams that have a lot to play for. Scarborough trying to hold on to this perfect home record, Ottawa fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, and in Ottawa's case, we played with urgency, and then they played through the man, and the man was Javonte Smart. They had a great first half, I thought, and they got everything they wanted to do. They played with a lot of confidence. And if you're Scarborough, they came back with a run there late at the end of the second quarter, and that was started by Terquavian Smith.
Ottawa playing with confidence, particularly in the key. 18 points in the paint, and a lot of that has come from this fast break play.
Yeah, you know, you get fast break plays, they finish at the rim. You get offensive rebounds, they finish at the rim. And Ottawa's doing a super job of attacking the rim. And that's what I like, the fact that they're attacking the rim and scoring. And on the other side of that, they're getting to the free throw line because they're attacking the rim.
So the BlackJacks, 18 points in the paint there, and a number of players contributing on this offensive end as well.
Yeah, they are. They're just doing a great job of getting it from all over. They're attacking the basket, they're passing the ball, and they're working really well off of turnovers.
Now, Javon Johnson has held things down for this Shooting Stars team. He's got a team-high 12 points right now. With Turk Smith struggling in that first quarter, all 8 of Turk's points coming in the second frame, Johnson certainly did a good job of holding things down.
Johnson's been doing this all season, and he has a lot of deflections on defense. This guy can knock down the shot, get to the offensive boards. Absolutely great player for them. You watch his attacks, you watch his takes, he's been absolutely outstanding, and he's been consistent.
So consistency is what the Shooting Stars will look for in the second half as they try to complete the comeback here and pick up their 9th win at home this season. As we take a look at some of these stats from the first half of action, one of the things that stuck out to us in the first 2 quarters of play, Joe, were the free throws. The Shooting Stars 0 of 3, just 3 attempts in the first half.
And this is a team that leads the league in free throw attempts. So to me, that's the biggest stat of the game. Now, part of that is they settled early and they took quick shots.
And how about Ottawa, too? Just 5 fouls, so they've been tightening things up on the defensive end, which leads to those limited free throw chances. All right, we're going to take a look at your players to watch, Joe. We'll see how they did in the first half of action. Javonte Smart and Turk Smith, 2 perennial scorers in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Smart with 18 points.
Yeah, and Smart doing a little bit of everything, rebounding, assists. He's got to be on the floor for a whole lot. This guy's their main guy, and they play off of him. And then Terquavian Smith, he showed up. He showed up late, but he showed up, and then he started showing out.
We got buckets, we got dunks, we got big shots, all through 2 quarters of play. Lots to come. Stick around. You're watching CEBL on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
It all for the life of your tires.
Chat with our team
At caltire.com.
Ottawa on top of Scarborough halfway through in the Toronto Pan Am Centre. Mapanomi alongside Joe Rasso and Francisca Opong. Thanks for joining us here on this CEBL Saturday. And Kat Barber in the house, not playing tonight, but certainly one of the storied players in the Shooting Stars franchise. And we talk about storied seasons. This Ottawa team trying to punch back and earn a spot in the playoffs, Joe. This game in particular has a lot of meaning for standings, and they're certainly going to put their foot on the gas.
Yeah, with a win today, they're tied for second place with Brampton and Niagara. That's a good situation, particularly when you have all those teams on your schedule, the Eastern teams. So Ottawa's got a chance here. They've got to use that break, and they're using it because now they've got a quick run of games.
Yeah. First-year head coach Justin Mazzulla, the youngest coach in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. He's done a good job at bringing his players in. You talk about his performance so far. People will say that he relates so well, and the age is certainly helpful.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a roller coaster, right? They started off really well. They hit the dumps a little bit. So it's a learning curve for them and for this team. But all of a sudden now you've got some experience. You bring Dengadel back. You got Smart, you got some of these guys back. Their bigs inside are tremendous. This is a very exciting, entertaining team.
And they are still without a couple of guys, too, particularly Matthew Cleveland, who has been an offensive catalyst. So when he comes back, this is going to be something to watch.
Yeah, Miles Powell's missing for Scarborough. Matthew Cleveland's third leading scorer in this league has had a great season.
All right, let's check in with Francisco, who's standing by with BlackJacks head coach Justin Mazzulla.
Coach, with the game this tight, what is the biggest adjustments that you want your guys to come out with in the second half?
Yeah, just have to control the offensive boards, and then we have to take care of the basketball.
And Alex Fudge, his athleticism on the court, it's helping you guys out. What is his ability to go out and do all that helping you guys win?
He's playing with tons of effort and tons of heart, and we're really trying to get him to keep going and keep impacting the game positively.
Thanks, Coach. Matt, Joe?
Thank you, Francisca. So we talk about the playoffs and the importance of each game down the stretch here. Let's take a look at our red tag path to the playoffs. Here's how the standings shape up right now. Eastern Conference is presented by Lotto Max. Western Conference presented by Cal Tire. And Joe, this is a pretty picture if you love tense, high-intensity basketball games.
Yeah, and it means one thing, keep winning and you're in. And you look, everything's a match. There's a dogfight in the East with all those teams fighting for second. And then in the West, the Sea Bears and the Bandits are fighting for first. But all of a sudden, the Surge are back. And now there's a dogfight for the playoff spot. This has got a great finish in store.
The Winnipeg Sea Bears, that 12-7 record, too, as you said, tied with Vancouver. Both have clinched those playoff spots. Could you imagine 8,000 fans in the Canada Life Centre for the playoffs out in Winnipeg?
Well, Vancouver and Winnipeg play each other twice still to go. But now there's a high moon rising in Winnipeg, so make sure, this is going to be a great finish.
So, the Shooting Stars will start with the basketball in the second half. It'll be Walker, Bediako, Smith, Tynes, and Johnson for Scarborough, Smart, Dubinsky, Tate, Moore, and Fudge for Ottawa.
Matt, I was expecting Ottawa to show a little bit of zone. In that victory against Scarborough earlier in the year, they showed it and gave them a little bit of confidence and slowed Scarborough down. I wouldn't be surprised if they use it the second half.
Change things up. Third quarter action underway. Johnson trying to work his way inside on Tate, steps back and knocks.
Yeah, that's a professional shot. That just shows you his length. He uses the dribble to get to a spot. I just love what he can do on the offensive end.
Through 2 quarters, Johnson has 14 points, averages 17 a game. Here's Moore challenging inside, too strong. Shooting Stars have numbers if they push. Smith out to Walker. He balks at the shot, cuts in with the left and put it short. Numbers back the other way now for Ottawa. It's their turn. Fudge trying to find a trailer. Moore inside, flushes it.
Yeah, keep the ball moving if you're Ottawa. I love the fact that their bigs can handle the ball and push it on the break.
Tynes jumper short. Moore is right there. He's got 12 points, 10 boards. So you can chalk a double-double up for one of Ottawa's big franchise guys. Fudge challenging. And another missed dunk. Shooting Stars back the other way, cutting inside. Easy 2 there for Johnson.
Yeah, good run out by Scarborough after the block by Bediako again.
So a missed dunk on one end for Ottawa, and a bucket for the Shooting Stars back the other way. Just like that, 2-point lead. Here's Moore, hesitates again, and another miss.
Yeah, ball just fumbled the ball in his hand.
Johnson, that would have been for the lead, but it's short. Smart's pass is picked off. Tynes has to chase it. It was tipped out of bounds. Missoula wanted the call, not going to get it.
Yeah, great defense by Kellen Tynes. You know, he knew the ball was going. He faked out Smart there, and he got his hands on it, and they got a run out because of it.
Tynes was the back-to-back American East Defensive Player of the Year with Maine. So he's a defensive wizard. Smith can't hit the 6-footer. Scarborough has been so close to taking the lead and taking over here, but they failed to put together a couple of solid possessions, and Dubinsky hits the jumper.
Yeah, it's really important for Ottawa that Dubinsky shows up on the offensive end because they're playing off of him a little bit. Sky Report says he's the non-shooter, but he showed tonight that he can hit it.
Dubinsky has 11. Smith inside and Moore all over it. Smart back the other way. He's got Moore trailing, and Smart calls his own number.
Ottawa owns the CBL on block shots. They got the top 2 shot blockers in Fudge and Roller, and then they had Isaiah Moore to the mix.
6 blocks a game is tops in the CEBL. Johnson stepping back. Tate was upset with the defensive possession on the other side of the floor. He flips it to Dubinsky. Dubinsky steps back. Here's Anthony Walker. Almost lost control, goes up, contact, no call, and he can't believe it.
Scarborough looking for the foul rather than trying to get the score. That's one of the reasons they're not at the free throw line.
Tate was hit, and Walker called for the foul.
Walker thinks he's got a clean block. Tate goes down and sells it. If you block the shot on defense, it allows your team to run. If you block it in bounds, and that's the key part. Ottawa gets it, they run, and Smart knows what to do with it at the other end.
Smart knows exactly what to do. He's got 18 points now. Tate at the line. So Tate, just in his 6th game so far this season, hits the first free throw. He hit a target score time winner in his debut against Calgary.
He had a fall at home, I think against Niagara, and he went down hard, and I thought his season was over. And every time I saw him, you know, rehabbing and talking to him in games that Ottawa were playing, I just didn't know that he would be back. Heck, he was back early.
He's got the hot hand, and as you say, max range, green light from anywhere.
And so he spaces the floor out for all these other guys to slash because he can shoot it.
Here's Smith.
Yeah. Okay.
Tynes goes into the corner. Johnson for 3. Fresh 14, wasting no time. Firing was Walker, and Frank the Tank able to draw a foul.
And we haven't said that too much today. Draw a foul. Frank the Tank does a great job on the offensive board and plays through it.
That's just the 6th foul on Ottawa in the entire game. This Eastern Conference game is presented by Lotto Max. So Mitchell at the line. Can't hit the first free throw. He said his goal this year was to record a triple-double. He had a double-double and then 7 assists in one game.
And he's such a good passer. I think that's the big thing. Like, he loves passing the ball.
So 10 double-doubles. He's been close. 7-point lead, and Mitchell going to pick up a foul far from the rim. That's his third personal.
And you got to be careful. Those are the fouls that hurt and get you in the penalty.
He has been in foul trouble throughout the season, Mitchell. A foul like that's tough, considering he's not in his home base. The key, and another foul. Walker got called up or tied up with Smart there. Smart trying to explain to him, yeah, that's a foul. Walker not taking it.
That's 2 fouls on Walker on 2 possessions down at this end. It's near the same spot.
That's now his third personal. So potential foul trouble starting to creep up here on the Shooting Stars. 6 even to go in the third quarter. Fudge balked at the pass inside. Here's Smart. Working on 18 points. Dubinsky. Fudge, trigger from deep, and Mitchell's got it.
Nice play by Walker there. He played off of Fudge. Scouting report said Fudge wasn't the best shooter on the floor.
Here's Frank, and Fudge stripped him from behind. Dubinsky wants to push. Fudge will try again from deep. Mitchell able to tap it away. Smith wants to push. Driving coast to coast, big time bucket, Anthony Walker.
Yeah, nice tack by Walker. Defense to offense, find the first guy who's closest to the rim, push the ball, and he took care of it.
All the stretch by Anthony Walker makes it a 5-point game. Smart, step into his right, tough shot, making it look easy. Come on, Javante.
That's why if you're Ottawa, the ball has to find Smart.
Smith can't hit. Mitchell going for it. Moore pulls down his 11th rebound. Fudge this time decides not to shoot the 3.
And I'm all with that decision.
And that one tipped. Well, I guess the old saying is shooters shoot. In this case, Fudge not necessarily a shooter. So Javante Smart has had the hot hand all night. 21 points. We're going to take a break. Stick around. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem YouTube and CEBL Plus. It's season 5 from the ends. Be a part of the action from here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre by scanning the QR code or visiting shootingstars.ca/tickets. And a number of fans in the building tonight. One of the most electric atmospheres as a fan just hit a half-court shot here, Joe. What else could you ask for?
I hope he gets himself the big prize. I'm getting a whole lot out of this. Air quality is lousy outside and it's really thin inside because both these teams are flying.
Might need to sign that guy up. Keep him on the court, folks. So the Shooting Stars down 8 points here. Fans will try to will them to a victory. Perfect season at home in jeopardy. Ottawa is going to start with the ball after some confusion there. Johnson's got to hustle back on defense here, trying to get the shot clock and game clocks correct. And looks like they're good to go. 4:41 to go in the quarter, 13 on the shot clock. Smart takes the safety pass. Calling for a screen. Guarded by Smith. Javante Smart, and yes! Oh, target practice for Smart.
Wow, that was deep, and Tarquarian Smith had his hands on the ball.
24 points for Javante. Johnson driving, Rollaire all over him. And that one goes out of bounds. Tyrell Vernon's got his hands up as we'll take a look at this smart bucket. How many times we said that tonight?
Sometimes you can play all the defense you want, but when a guy can do this, that's absolutely incredible. The arc on it, the depth, and the confidence that he's shooting the ball.
Smith bumped on the triple. So Fudge will pick up the foul. That's his second, as Smith will head to the free throw line.
And one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to wake up a great shooter. Letting him get to the line for 3 shots just going to build his confidence. He goes out, the closeout comes. They know he's a shooter. Fudge leaves his feet and leans forward.
So Smith at the line, 29 points in that debut the other day against Edmonton. Second season with the Shooting Stars. Interesting journey. North Carolina State, he was undrafted. Signed a 2-way with the 76ers, got some NBA experience, and then mix of G League and Euro, so he's got a taste of everything.
Yeah, you know, Cat Barber's a North Carolina State grad too, and he just plays with so much confidence, and he shoots the ball real well. He just gives them a flavor that they were lacking a little bit. You put in with Miles Powell, it's a heck of a scouting report.
Lead back down to 8. Harmon inside, pushed off the ball there. That was Campbell chasing him. Here's Rollaire. Harmon, 5 on the shot clock. Fudge again tries from deep, and this time it drops.
Yeah, Scarborough went for the gamble. They went for the poach, and all of a sudden the ball's found an open shooter. And Fudge has got all the confidence in the world.
7 points, 5 boards, 3 helpers for Fudge. Mitchell bumped on the way up. Got to get back on defense now. Harmon in transition. Rollaire was open for a split second. Now he gets the rock. Goes up with the fake, and that was tapped in. Rollaire's going to take credit for the bucket. Shooting Stars hands all over it.
Rollaire has been the super sub. Give him a few minutes. Second leading shot blocker in the CBL on minimal minutes.
Frank Mitchell going to go to work now on Rollaire. Goes out of bounds. Fudge wanted the call, not going to get it.
Yeah, Christian Rollaire does a good job. There's no plays run for him. He just does a great job of spacing and finding opportunities to score. There he is. He makes himself visible. Goes with the finish. Left hand. Count the 2.
4th CEBL season. 2 with Montreal, 2 with Ottawa for Rollaire, and no shot there. Mitchell couldn't get it off in time, so a turnover there for the Shooting Stars.
A great defensive run here by Ottawa. Doing it on both ends. This is a 13-point game.
Dangadell checking back in the game for Ottawa. Rollaire. Harmon. Out Rollaire again down low for a split second. This time Fudge wants the challenge. Mitchell's got the rebound. Shooting Stars outrun themselves in transition.
Yeah, 3-on-2, and what happens? You have both guys running to the corner. Campbell there goes to the basket. Traditionally, he's got himself an easy score. I see it way too often right now. Everybody's stopping on the 3-on-2. Attack the basket, take the 2. You can get 80% of the time you can score that 2.
Here's Harmon. Pushing inside, shakes his man, leaves it well short. Rollaire able to scoop the board up on the reverse. Christian Rollaire.
Yeoman work.
Rollaire, the Toronto native. Mitchell trying to follow that shot up. Looking for the call, and again, not going to get it. Fudge going to work. Fudge right to the rack. Oh, Fudge ripping the rim off.
Wow, that started with the rebound. He showed off the handle, and he gave you a highlight. What an incredible play Great handle, great score. The guy from Florida just does it all. Get the rebound. When a big can bust out with the dribble, it makes your team so much more dangerous on offense. Here comes Fudge. The seas part, and he puts it down.
6'8" forward, playing like a guard. Well, you can be part of that energy right there. As that takes over the nation's capital all summer long. Get your tickets to experience pro basketball in Ottawa at theblackjacks.ca/tickets or scan the QR code. Well, Alex Fudge coming to life is a sight that you do not want to see if you're a Shooting Stars fan. Fudge has been in the highlight reel all season, whether it's been dunks, defense, anything, energy. He is the kind of guy that you want to build your team around, and Justin Mazzulla is happy to have him.
And coming off the bench, that play there is a highlight that you want to see from a player. Plays defense, gets the rebound, and busts out. Matt, you said energy, and Ottawa's playing with incredible amount of energy. They're playing not to make mistakes. They're playing to win. They're putting pressure on Scarborough, and they have been consistent from the start of this game. And
one of the things that this Ottawa team that we saw throughout the beginning of the season is trying to find the beat, trying to find their footing, trying to get the consistency on offensive ends and defensive ends. And as you enter this portion of the season where they've had these runs, now they're starting to find it. They're starting to find the right button to push.
And they've shortened their bench. They've got 10 guys right now that they're very comfortable with, and they know their role. And these guys, you're seeing it out here. This team has really formed this week.
So lead up to 17 points now. The highest or largest lead that Ottawa has had tonight. Shooting Stars have their work cut out for them with a $1:57 to go in the third.
And they're doing it at the end of this quarter without Javonte Smart, who's going to still play 34 minutes, but they got to rest him somewhere, and they're doing a nice job while he's on the bench.
They've got 24 points sitting on the bench in Smart. Here's Johnson off the screen, can't hit Roller, and it's right into the hands of Miller. Could have been called for a double dribble there. He grabbed the ball, lost control, then picked it back up. Johnson pushing inside, contact, and a trip to the line.
Yeah, I like that if you're Scarborough. A trip to the line. Attack the rim. Don't settle for the threes. Attack the rim and work your way back into this game.
Dubinsky and Moore checking in. Roller and Fudge checking out. So Johnson at the stripe here. 5 seasons in the NCAA. Time at Troy, Iowa State, and DePaul. First shot up, first shot is good. He's got 17 points now. Double digits in 13 of 14 games on the season. Knocks them both.
Yeah, a great pickup for Scarborough this year. He has been consistent. And the fact that he's shooting the ball at over 40% from the three.
Dubinsky. Got 11 of his own. Moore up top, trying to join the fun. Not this time. Johnson throwing it up, and a little too high for Bediako.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to overthrow Charles Bediako going to the rim like that.
And another one of those turnovers that will burn you. Too much of that for Scarborough right now. Final 60 seconds of the third quarter. It's been all Ottawa this frame. 23-13, outscoring the Shooting Stars. Off the rim there, Bediako tipping it. Here's Tynes. Got Bediako on the top side of the perimeter. Johnson now into the corner. Bediako goes up, more hands all over it again.
Another block shot by Ottawa.
Harmon push from behind, no problem through the contact.
Harmon had Tynes in jail the whole time up the court.
5-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Johnson deep and good. Shot clock off, final 15 seconds. Ottawa trying to build on this 14-point lead. Shooting Stars looking for a stop. Harmon, pocket pick from behind. Tynes in transition. Got to go to beat the buzzer. And he does just that. Perhaps the spark the Shooting Stars needed to end the third quarter.
I think you're right. I think Tynes did it on defense, and sometimes that's a spark that you remember. They're going to enter the fourth quarter down 12 points.
After 3, Ottawa 76, Scarborough 64. We'll have fourth quarter and target score time on the other side. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. Well, it's another day in the office for Javonte Smart, who's got a game-high 24 points. Got a little bit of breather in that third quarter, Joe, but he has been impressive.
So that's the only two-point field goal he makes. He goes 6 of 7 from the 3. He just keeps going deeper and deeper and setting stuff up. When you don't have anything, you just give him the ball, and he takes care of it. 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and we got another quarter to go.
All right, let's check in with Francesca, who's standing by.
Thanks, Matt. Despite the lead, Coach Mazzulla has been very passionate on the sideline and in that timeout, continuing to challenge his group to stay aggressive and just keep attacking. He's been emphasizing moving the ball, getting Javonte involved, and not letting up with 1 quarter left to play. Ottawa has done a great job building this advantage, but the message is clear for them, just to finish the game out with the same intensity they played all night. Matt?
Good stuff, thank you, and good stuff there from Alex Fudge off the window for 2 more.
Alex Fudge again showing off the handle. Left Khalil Miller standing there.
Tate hit the floor there, grabbing his rib cage area. Miller misses the 3. Lots going on here on this possession. Johnson misses. Miller scoops up the rebound, and a foul is called. We'll see who this is on.
And that's a big rebound for Scarborough. They were settling, and here comes Miller from the perimeter and does exactly what Ottawa's been doing most of the game.
So Moore picks up his 3rd personal foul. Miller heading to the free throw line.
This is where Christian Roller, right, having the depth of that 3rd post out on the floor for Ottawa.
Now, Roller only played 2 minutes last game. That was a season low against Niagara, and it's about riding the hot hand here.
Yeah, but the fact that you have him, he's insurance. He comes in, he always gives you something. So you can play more with 4, or you can pull him out.
So he earned his minutes so far tonight. Gets a breather for now. Here's Fudge. Dubinsky trying to shake Campbell, and he's able to draw the whistle from deep. Once again, the BlackJacks, 3 shots.
Yeah, Dubinsky put Campbell in the trick bag there. Guy gets up, you can't be leaving your feet. Jaden Campbell knows that. He's a shooter himself.
Well, how about Wilson Dubinsky? averaging 4 points per game. He's now got 12. This is just his second double-digit point game of the season.
You know, his job was to play defense, and all of a sudden he came in there tonight. You saw the first three he took. He's just full of confidence, and he's here showing.
Second free throw is good. Played just 5 minutes last game. He's played about 26 tonight.
Early in the season, he was starting for them, and he's worked his way back in. A little bit, a little bit of lull halfway through the season, but his defense gets him playing time, and now his offense is getting him some playing time.
Lead back up to 15. About 4 and change away from target score time here at the Toronto Pan Am Center. Seen some crazy comebacks. Johnson driving and trying to push it through, and he does so. That was Bediako.
Yeah, the bigs for Scarborough have to get big and stay big.
Fudge tossing it up, and right there, inadvertently, Moore tossed it through, but it will not count as it was around the cylinder.
Yeah, I think in that case his left hand may have touched the rim before he finished the play. When you can spend this much time in the air, it's unbelievable. So the ball goes up. His left hand touched the rim before the play was finished. Therefore, it's an offensive goaltend. He actually grabbed it on his way down.
I would have just dunked it.
I've never seen it from that level.
Smith back to Tynes. Out options for a moment. Kicks back up to Smith. Moore's got his 12th rebound along with 12 points. You can give him a turnover, though. Smith hitting the face, playing through. Count the bucket. Oh, Bill's in the loose change for Turk.
I was bragging with the fact that Ottawa bigs can handle the ball. Isaiah Moore left his feet undecided what he wanted to do, and that's a huge turnover because the ball gets into Traquavian Smith's hands, and you know what's going to happen after this. That ball is going in somehow.
Turk Smith with 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. He has come to life here, and I just said a second ago, Joe, we have seen some impressive comebacks, particularly a 19-point target score time comeback against Saskatoon on this very floor a month and a half or so ago. This Scarborough team, they're not the team that you want to dangle bait in front of because they will take it and they will make you pay.
And so they're looking at right now, they're down 11. Their goal here is to get this thing down to 10 as quickly as they can. So they're talking about stops.
Well, tonight is the first game of a home-and-home series between these two teams. The second game takes place Wednesday night from the arena at TD Place in the final home game of the season for the BlackJacks. Tip-off from our nation's capital at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Home and homes down the stretch for multiple teams across the Canadian Elite Basketball League. This Scarborough team will take on Brampton in a home and home to close out the regular season. Well, it's always fun to have an Eastern test late. And Coach Mazzulla fired up. He knows how much this win would mean to his team. Ottawa BlackJacks continuing to impress on the offensive end. 48% from the field. They haven't missed much.
And they've done a great job of attacking the rim, and then the ball finds the shooters it has to find. But they've had so many guys off the dribble. Like what Fudge has done this second half has really helped them because you don't expect him to get the ball in the open court and do what he's doing. He's getting them to the rim, he's running the floor, and they're playing really good defense.
Crowd trying to get hyped up here in the ends. Smith at the line. He is 3 of 3 tonight from the stripe. Officials making sure everything is good here. Checking with the table. So Turk Smith's going to have to wait a second here. I don't think you can ice a player like this either, Joe.
I think he's got ice in his veins, but this is always tough. If a player, I think the best thing he should do right here is just step away from the free throw line until they're ready to go.
So they're waiting for confirmation from the table that they are good to go here. Smith's got to wait. just the 13th and 14th free throw attempts.
So we're 4 minutes away from target score time. So this run here for Scarborough is so important. From here to target score time, they've got to do the best they can to get this thing manageable.
Check that'll be a single free throw attempt on the and one. Let's check in with Francisca, who was standing by the Shooting Stars huddle moments ago.
Coach Harrell hasn't had a ton to say during this stretch, but his message has been clear for his guys. Just keep the pressure on and keep competing. He's been encouraging his group to maintain their intensity, especially from Johnson and Smith, as they look to close the gap and make a push here in the final quarter, especially in target score. Matt?
Good stuff. Thank you, Francisca, as we are ready to finally see this much anticipated Turk Smith free throw. Was it worth the wait, Joe?
It ended the way I thought it would.
10-point lead. Scarborough would love to get this down to single digits with 8 even to go in the fourth, about 4 minutes away from target score time. More challenging, and Bediako called for the foul. That's his third personal.
And it looked like Scarborough was zoning that back there. Charles Bediako was just a step slow on that ball screen. As Moore rolled to the basket, Bediako got there late.
So Moore, 12 points, 12 boards, has the single game BlackJacks record for rebounds with 18. Hits first free throw.
One of the biggest things for guys coming from the G League or Summer League or playing in that basketball, when you cover ball screens in the FIBA game or in the CEBL, you got to cover with 5 guys. So you have to give help get there. In the G League or the NBA Summer League, you have rules that tell you how far you have to be away because you can't be planted in the paint. So Bediako got caught there a little bit.
Picks up the personal here. Smith off the back rim. And that goes out of bounds. Smart almost had his pocket picked by Tynes.
Everywhere Smart looks, Tynes is there.
Tynes has been a thorn in the side of many offensive players in this league this season, as Mitchell, thorn in the side of a lot of big guys, checks back into the game. Tynes picks up Smart. Tynes saying that Smart was grabbing his jersey, and he did have a case there. Fudge sets the screen for Smart. Harmon almost lost control. Frank Mitchell had to duck back down low. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Smart fading. This guy does it all.
Man, you can't let the ball get back in his hands. That's incredible.
29 points for Smart, and that 3 ball from Miller well off the mark. Smart spinning, showing off the handles now. Tynes stuck to him. Trying to create some space. Smart able to keep it in the front court. Tate, 3. Off the mark, and now Miller comes away with it. Tempo picking up here. Smith short on the triple. Rollaire showing off the hustle there. Hits the deck. Tate's got it. Fudge looming. Ball into the corner. Tate, Fudge, all day to think about it. Can't hit. Boy, the tempo the last couple of minutes has been high. We've got a foul call. Rollaire hit the floor, and that's going to be on Rollaire.
Yeah, I think the tempo's been high, but I think Ottawa's done a real nice job of putting guys in, and their 10 guys rotating 10 in. That's been absolutely key, because nobody here looks tired for Ottawa. Great job by Rollaire to keep that thing open. But I love the fact that they find Smart. The man with the gold makes the rules, and in this case, Smart's the guy. Find him.
Tynes goes into the corner, 3 ball. Tynes has the offensive board, fresh 14 for Scarborough. Smith guarded by Tate. Smith, it's deep. And Mitchell trying to tap it in. But there's Fudge in the middle of the key for his 7th board.
Sense a little indecision by Scarborough.
Smart, trying to decide how much space he has to launch a 3. Top side, and he tried to bank in his 2nd off-window 3 ball of the game, but not this time. Johnson, nice feed to Walker, who sneaks through 2. 13-point lead for Ottawa.
This is where you want to control the pace. Run something here for your Ottawa, take your time, go deep in the clock.
Trying to slow things down. Roller off the roll into the corner. Fudge driving baseline, and a highlight dunk that will not count because he was tap dancing before he took off.
Yeah, great closeout there by Walker, forcing Fudge to go to his weak hand.
So a traveling turnover there.
So you get the ball in the corner, the closeout comes. He wants to go right-handed here, watch him. And all of a sudden he can't, and therefore he gets a little bit of a shuffle.
I think we can edit that shuffle out. Dunk was something. Here's Mitchell and Moore hustling back, tipping it out of bounds. Isaiah Moore's defensive presence, not only blocking, but just getting hands in lanes.
Oh my
been
God,
unbelievable.
This whole team has, but even there, like Kellen Tynes, a little bit of indecision on how that pass was going to be made. Ottawa's been the crisper of the two teams in their decision making.
5 even to go in the quarter. About a minute away from target score time. And a foul called. Smith sold it.
And that's not a great foul if you're Ottawa, because the next one's the penalty. You might want to use that foul to get yourself into target score time.
And for those that are new to target score time, fouls carry over from the 4th quarter into the most exciting point in the ball game. So every personal is important. Here's Smith trying to find Mitchell, and this time it's Dubinsky who blocked the pass.
Yeah, they played that really well. That's the length and the quickness of Fudge.
This Ottawa team has turned it up defensively, making it really hard here for Scarborough, and Frank Mitchell says, no, it's easy.
Frank Mitchell with a nice little counter seal there.
Need a few more of those. 86-75. Fudge inside. Walker gets the stop. Smith pushing. Smith calls his own number. Mitchell's got the board. Streaking through the middle of the lane. Oh, fight crew prepare for takeoff. Walker soaring to the rack.
And you can talk all you want about the soaring, but how about the Frank Mitchell look off, wait, find him. Take pride in your passes. Frank Mitchell finds a soaring Walker.
Anthony Walker, a chance at 3. Take a look.
Check this offensive rebound. Patience, patience, look off, watch it. He finds him coming down, and it's take care, folks.
Just like that. It's a 9-point game. Scarborough with some momentum, trying to build. Moore inside, off the window, perfect.
Yeah, Moore using Frank Mitchell's spin move there. Nice attack.
Next whistle will give us target score time. Here's Mitchell. Trying to clear some space. Wants to go to work on Moore. Kicks up top. Walker. This time the 3 ball no good.
Ottawa gets a chance to build onto their score right here, heading into target score time.
Tate cuts up. Trying to create a diversion. Harmon inside with the left. Crafty stuff. Smith trying to put Moore on skates. Here's Frank. Going to work, couple of spins on Fudge and a laser off the window.
And his footwork there was something, it was pretty impressive.
He's telling Fudge that's how you tap dance. Harmon. Still looking for a whistle to send us to TST. Harmon blocked at the rim. Tynes can't believe it.
And that's a huge block because it gives them 2 points and it brings us into target score time. If that block is clean, then we've got a chance of lowering the score. But how about Ottawa? Without Javonte Smart in those last few minutes, did a super job on the floor of keeping their cool and attacking the basket.
Tynes grabbing Smith, telling his guys to get to the bench here. Harmon at the line, 2 shots. Harmon hits the first.
Ottawa is happy to have him back. He can play the point guard for you. He can play the off guard. He's just a solid player to have in the rotation.
Ottawa BlackJacks, 18 for 22 from the line. First to 101 takes all the marbles. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Jam YouTube and CEBL Plus.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
Next bucket wins. Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama.
That anything can happen. Oh my goodness! Can you believe this guy?
Big players step up in big time.
He is cooking.
It's target score time in the Toronto Pan Am Center. It's the BlackJacks, it's the Shooting Stars. First to 101 takes the win. And Joe, let's start first for the visiting BlackJacks. What's their strategy heading into the TST time?
You've got to make sure you play the exact same way you've played up to this point. You don't want to come and play hero basketball. You don't want to hunt the threes. You've got to stay in what you do. So don't mess around. And if you're Scarborough, you're really talking about defensive stops, because more stops you have, more opportunities you have at the other end. Scarborough is in the penalty, so attacking the baskets is a good way to get yourself back into it.
For the Shooting Stars, it's Tynes, Smith, Johnson, Walker, and Mitchell. For the BlackJacks, Moore, Fudge, Tate, Smart, and Dubinsky. Smith up top. He's got 14 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, and give him 3 more.
Yeah, that's a big shot, but that's good, solid defense. Ottawa played really well there. Now if you're Scarborough, it's all about stops and score.
Here's Tate. Smart. He's been hot from perimeter all night. This time he drives, can't hit the inside jumper. Smith, deep, heat check.
Yeah, that was ambitious.
Maybe a little too aggressive. Fudge trying to steamroll his way inside. Moore wide open, takes a step in and knocks it down.
The confidence of this team. Scarborough did a great job of not letting the ball get back to Smart. But Moore, Fudge, it doesn't matter who it is.
13,
they are confident.
13 for 27 from deep are the BlackJacks. That 3 ball no good. Mitchell chases it down. Ottawa just 6 points away, have a chance to cut into that total right here. Fudge with the steal.
Fudge looked like a DB there. He showed it and he took it away.
He has been all over the floor tonight. Smart between the legs, shot is up, and Walker has it. Shooting Stars trying to push. Johnson, 3-ball, yes! So a timeout on the floor. Justin Mazzulla has seen enough. His team just 6 points away from the win, but the Shooting Stars building with a couple of 3-balls.
Yeah, and Mazzulla answering the first run. They hit 2 threes, we've hit a 3. Now just calm down here. You've got two timeouts that you can carry over into target time, and that's all he's doing right now. Catch our win, let's get this. So look at Moore. He's wide open here in the sense of this is target time. No questions asked. He steps up. He's confident to take it. He's not looking at the stat sheet. He's just saying, okay, this is my opportunity. I'm stepping up and taking this shot.
Moore, 3 triples tonight. He's got 19 points, one of 4 Blackjacks in double digits in the scoring category. Boy, that duo has been so fun to watch. Javonte Smart and Isaiah Moore, they work so well off of each other. And tonight we've been treated to another masterclass performance, the two combining for 48 points.
But I just like this whole thing. Ottawa tonight is prepared, and everybody has bought in. And it doesn't matter who comes in at what time of the game, the plan is set, and everybody is in. And I think that's been the key to their success so far. Here's a substitution. Marko Meletic comes in. You know he's a 3-point shooter. But then on the other end, that's a guy that Scarborough in the first half tried to attack.
So head coach Mazzulla called a bit of a wild card play here. It'll be Dubinsky who will bring the ball up the court for Ottawa. Moore trying to set the screen. Dubinsky stuck. He's got to reset. Inside 10 on the shot clock. Fudge. Moore up top to beat the buzzer. And he stuffed it on the back rim.
Yeah, real good defense by Scarborough, but I don't like a possession where Smart doesn't touch the ball.
Moore with another block down low. Smith wanted the call, not going to get it, and Moore was slapped there. Tynes, you could hear that one from the table. That's his 4th personal.
And so the team that leads the leagues in block shots, they come from everywhere. What a great play by Moore. What I like about all their shot blockers, they do it with both hands.
So they've got 7 block shots tonight. Moore has 5 of them. You want your defensive performance of the week for social media here in the CEBL. That's it right there. Here's Moore, unselfish, off to Fudge. Goes the tough way for 2.
Yeah. Fudge shows himself, gets open to where he was supposed to be. The big pass.
Johnson. Moore now gets some double team help, and it works perfectly.
I love the idea for Ottawa to double team the ball there. In the corner, that turns into like a triple team using the sidelines and the player coming. Great job.
So a timeout on the floor. Tyrell Vernon trying to draw what would be a desperation game plan up here. Trailing by 12 points. The Blackjacks just 4 points away from sealing the deal here. This Ottawa team has been so fun to watch tonight, and obviously we look forward to watching them down the stretch here. But what has changed in your mind, Joe, from game 1 to now the 3/4 point in the season for the Blackjacks?
Well, game 1 was here, and Scarborough dominated them. Then they went to Ottawa, and Ottawa stole one. And then all of a sudden they got this roster down. They're feeling really good about themselves. And this week of preparation, this was their test. And they came out here, and so far they've passed it in flying colors.
So the Blackjacks trying to improve to 9-10 on the season. The Shooting Stars 15-3. They would earn their 4th loss of the season if they can't complete a comeback here.
Ottawa's done a nice job of building around their 5 imports. You can only play 3 at one time on the floor, but they've had a steady group. And to think that, Matthew Cleveland's not included in this group tonight, and then they've built around it with some solid Canadians. This is a team that has played together and guys know each other, and I just think everybody's kind of found their role.
Cleveland, of course, still at NBA Summer League with the Utah Jazz. His 24 points per game leads the team. So what you've watched tonight, it's easy to say, for Ottawa, the rich will get richer when Cleveland returns. Here's Smart. Javante. Tell him Moore to get out. 5 on the shot clock. Moore flips over to Tate. Someone's got to shoot the ball here. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and that goes out of bounds with about 1 second on the shot clock.
And that's the advantage of when Smart gives it up, don't let him get it back.
So Smart will inbound. Ottawa will have to go quick here. Head coach Mazzulla yelling the play to his team. Here's Dubinsky, gets it off. And it didn't hit rim, but the Shooting Stars will come away with the loose. Tynes, easy pass. Walker, easy jam.
Scoring the 2 is a good idea. You've got to score on every possession if you're Scarborough.
14 points needed for Scarborough, just 4 for Ottawa. Shooting Stars chipping away. And Tate was knocked on the 3. Fudge offensive board. He tries to go up, and no call there, but Dubinsky able to drop it through.
Fudge comes flying through. Nobody puts a body on him.
Oh, flying through the air. Johnson, delivery at the rack. That was Walker who pushed it through. Chance to win it. Smart goes inside. Moore had it batted away. Fudge up top. Dubinsky for the ball game. Yes! The BlackJacks turn the East upside down. Scarborough suffers their first home loss of the season.
Dubinsky started the game making the shot, finishes the game making the shot. The role player steps up and leads Ottawa. What a great performance by the BlackJacks tonight.
Dubinsky, 19 points, and the target score time winner as he takes care of business. And a little back and forth between these two teams here. Man, we said it was heated all night. And Turk Smith wanted that win. Lots on the line here in the CEBL, and the competitive nature starting to show a little.
Yeah, you know what it was? It was just competitive, and man, somebody took something someone said personally. But forget that. This was all about Ottawa performing tonight and playing hard and just coming out, doing what they had to do.
So a big momentum win here for the Ottawa BlackJacks as they knock off the Shooting Stars on the road. Cooler heads prevail here. Turk Smith was cleared out here as the Shooting Stars meet at the center of the court there. Frank Mitchell sharing a laugh with head coach Mazzulla. And GM James Druin's done such a good job of putting together this BlackJacks team.
You know, the BlackJacks have never finished better than 500 in their entire, you know, outside of the bubble. So this is really important. This is...
Someone's got to get control here. These guys are fired up after this ball game.
Yeah, and this is not a good look. It's not a good thing. We got coaches out here taking care of stuff. Terquavian Smith got involved at the end of the game with Dubinsky, and
they've got to get him out of there. Now he's on the sideline, so Turk has cleared the deck. He's not near the scrum anymore.
Yeah, there's lots of bodies on the floor. Scarborough.
And Frank Mitchell trying to get a piece here. Isaiah Moore not happy either.
You don't want to wreck your season here.
No, not at all. And I mean, there will be a lot here that will be reviewed by the league. And again, for a team like Ottawa who's fighting down the stretch, they need every body, including that guy right there, Isaiah Moore, on the floor for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, the best thing you can do right now is just get your team off the floor.
So the Shooting Stars are off the floor here. Isaiah Moore has cooled down a little bit. He had his team's back there. And the aforementioned James Druin out there. So one guy that was hot all night, Javonte Smart. He was electric from start to finish. He's standing by with Francisca. He is our Booster Juice player of the game. It's Javonte Smart.
Smart, knowing how tough it is to win here, what did you guys do well to get the win?
Nah, we just dominated all over the board. We came in practice, know we had to get this win, and we just want to continue to win.
And playoffs is coming real soon. What do you guys need to continue doing to just put yourself in a good position?
Just do what we do. We know we got to do. Guard, play hard, and, keep playing together. Our key points is playing together, and I think we came out tonight, played together, and we got the job done.
Heated game. Tell me the passion that comes behind your team. What does this win mean for you guys?
Nah, I told you we was the best team. I feel like we're the best team, and we're just going to keep going, keep stacking wins.
Perfect, thanks. Good win. Matt, Joe.
Thank you, guys. Javonte Smart, 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. He is the guy tonight. 102-89, your final. Ottawa on top of Scarborough. We're going to break it all down. Stick around. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. It's a CEBL Sunday night doubleheader tomorrow to close out the week of CEBL hoops. First, the Montreal Alliance continue their road trip from the Canada Life Centre in Winnipeg when they take on MVP candidate Teddy Allen and the Sea Bears. Tip-off at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Then the playoff pushes on in the Cal Tire Western Conference as the Saskatoon Mamba head to Calgary, where they'll face off against Armani Cheney and the Calgary Surge. Action also begins at 4 p.m. Mountain and 6 p.m. Eastern. Well, the final score, 102-89. Ottawa taking down Scarborough. And Joe, this game had a little bit of everything, emotion, big buckets. This sure makes you excited for the stretch portion of the season.
Yeah, and then I go back to Javonte Smart's interview at the end. And when you use the word dominate, you're letting the whole league know that you're all in, that this team right now is ready to win. You come into the team that's leading the league in their house and you beat them for the second time and you talk about dominating them, this Ottawa team could be dangerous.
Everything clicking well for Ottawa. They improved to 9-10 on the season. The Shooting Stars, 15-4. They suffer their first home loss of the season. 102-89, your final score. The Ottawa BlackJacks take down the Scarborough Shooting Stars in convincing fashion. For my partner Joe Rasso, our sideline reporter Francisca Opong, our producer Dan Gladman, and our wonderful technical crew, we say thank you for joining us and thanks for choosing the Canadian Elite Basketball League. So long.
Yeah,